So you just come home in your bright, shiny new electric car. The good news is you never have to visit a petrol station again. But how are you going to charge it at home? Well, there are two main ways that you can charge your electric car at your own home. One is using a wall box, and the second is using the 3-pin charger that came with your car. And we're going to look at the advantages and disadvantages of using both. So say for instance you bought a Tesla, well you might have a Tesla wall box fitted to your home by Tesla, and that box will look something like this. Alternatively, you may have a BP Chargemaster wall box fitted, and that will look something like this. Alternately, you may have a wall box like mine. I had a Rolex installed a few years ago, and here's my Rolex charger. So what are the advantages of using a dedicated wall box to charge your car at home? Well, the main advantage is ease. When you come in, instead of having to open a window or a door or the garage, connect your 3-pin charger to the car, you literally just take it straight off the wall and plug it in. Secondly, a dedicated wall box is not easily stolen. If you've got something which is plugged into a 3-pin socket and just to the car, these cables are incredibly expensive, £300, £400, £500 some of them, and they can be taken. A wall box, it can't be stolen. Thirdly, you don't have to open any windows to plug your car in. Literally, the wall box is already on the outside of your house. And of course, one of the main advantages is speed of charging. Your dedicated wall box will have a 7 kilowatt output, as opposed to your 3-pin charging port, which will just have maybe a 3 kilowatt output. That means your car will charge at roughly 28 miles for every hour that it's plugged in, rather than maybe only 14 or 15 miles per hour that it's plugged in. What are the disadvantages of the wall box? Well, the initial cost is perhaps the main disadvantage. It will cost approximately £500 to £700 to have a wall box fitted. If you own a Tesla, you could go with Tesla wall box, but my advice would be have one fitted from another manufacturer, either Polar or Rolex. And the reason for that is, if you do decide to change your car at a later date or have a second electric car that isn't a Tesla, then you'll be able to charge both cars using the same wall box, and that's a really big advantage. So let's have a look now at the thought of 3-pin charging. What are the advantages of that? Well, there are two main advantages to 3-pin charging. Firstly, you don't have the initial outlay of maybe £500 to £700 putting a wall box on your wall. And secondly, of course, you don't have to have sometimes an unsightly wall charger on the outside of your house. When all is said and done though, I think there's a big advantage to having a wall box on your wall. It's just so much more convenient, and your charging rate is twice the speed. Just one thing that is worth mentioning, if you do have an electric car and you are plugging it in a lot at home, get yourself onto an economy 7 or a night rate meter. Why do we say that? Well, because your electric car will burn a lot more electric than your house will. On average, a night rate will be somewhere between 5p and 8p per kilowatt hour. A day rate can be something between 12 and 17p per kilowatt hour. Your car will burn approximately 1 kilowatt for every 4 to 5 miles that you drive. Your house will burn around 4 kilowatts of power per day. So what does that mean? Well, it means if you drive an average of 20 miles or more per day, then your car will take a lot more power than your house will. You can time your car to charge overnight when electricity is a lot cheaper, and therefore you'll be saving a lot on your electricity bill by getting a night rate meter fitted. Well, I hope you liked this video and found it useful. Please like the video and subscribe for more electric car and Tesla related content.